All right, Coach, you suffer your first loss of the season. You had a 12-point lead in the fourth quarter. How do you explain what went down in the final 9:48?
Well, it kind of goes back to the first half, to be honest with you. We played pretty well the latter part of the first quarter. The second quarter, we squandered a great opportunity. We talked about that at the half, that as a learning experience, you can't do what we did in the second quarter and allow a good basketball team to kind of hang there within distance, which was 11 points. Of course, we didn't play very well offensively, but I thought defensively it was pretty good. Then you go to the third, hung in there, I think they'd only kept the deficit 2, and we had a 9-point lead. And then we got to the fourth quarter, and just very disappointed in our offensive efficiency and what we did. We had some turnovers. Once they got going and they got kind of hyped, the crowd got into it. Very disappointed in how our kids handle it, how the whole program kind of handled it, to be honest with you. They started curling some things and utilizing the guards because we're having to guard their bigs so hard. And, Averett went off. And I think Helms came in, got 13 points, whatever. So I don't really have the answer, other than the fact that, we did not make plays down the stretch to win at a tough place on the road, a team that hadn't lost all year, and we'd walk out of here with our first loss.
We talked the other night about how you don't want to boil it down to one player in Kayla Marisites, but another double-double for her. She fouls out in a tie game with 6:48 to go. How big was that to lose her?
Obviously, it's huge. She gives us that toughness. I think Kayla in particular, you saw it tonight. Kayla's been in a lot of environments through her high school career where teams are wanting to beat them and the crowd and all that kind of stuff, and she rose to the occasion. That's why she's a state champ and a Miss Basketball winner. She stepped up huge, and she was a huge reason why we had the lead at the half anyway. And she picked up her fourth foul in the third quarter on a play. She's just trying to cut through the lane. The girl got in front of her. It's ticky-tack. She picks up her fourth foul, hurts us pretty badly, and then we got to sit her. Of course, she gets to come back in, and then whatever the fifth foul down there was, it gets her out of the game, and you take her out of the game, obviously we're going to be hurting.
You've lost now 9 straight to Wingate. How much of this do you think is a mental hurdle rather than a physical hurdle?
There has to be some sort of that. Obviously, from a physical standpoint, if you just look at the first 3 quarters, I think we're okay. We got into the fourth quarter. Last year at home, we were up 9 going into the fourth quarter. This year over here, we're up 9 going into the fourth quarter. I just don't feel like that our marquee players really stepped up and made the plays on our offensive end like they were making on their end. And they began getting momentum. And, the coaching staff, we were talking about this at one of our last timeouts, that we were up 7 and we looked deflated, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because they've got a big that they can throw it into or whatever, and then we're having to work so hard defensively, and then we just never got going. They hold us to 54 points. We average 96 a game. Never got going offensively, and so because we don't get going offensively, your defense is not going to be probably as crisp, and you see what happens there.